Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr, and it's time for the Thursday afternoon, just before Friday, Monday morning podcast, and I am just checking in on you, okay? This is a very somber podcast. I'm fucking with you. It's not somber. I just have to go do a show, and I don't want to fuck up my voice before I even go out there screaming like an idiot. I am in Clear Lake, Iowa right now. I am about to do the Surf Ballroom, the site of the final Buddy Holly, Big Bopper, Richie Valens show. I just landed in the airport that they took off from and subsequently died. I don't know if you heard about that. They died along with some music, I believe. And, yeah, I told a lot of people that I was flying into that. I was like, dude, what are you, out of your mind? Oh, good luck, dude. Good luck. You know what I mean? They don't say that when you fly out of LAX, right? Some fucking moron flew his plane into a commercial airliner at LA, when the guy was on final. So, I mean, I don't understand what the deal is. The reason why their plane crashed is because they didn't have the technology back then. There was they had ice on the wing. Okay, not only adding weight to the aircraft, it changes the shape of the fucking wing so it doesn't produce the lift you need. And then you got the Big Bopper in there. He's a big guy, and you got yourself a problem. All right, now we all know that I've been off the booze. I've been losing weight, so I'm flying in. I'm not flying in, I'm riding in. And I'm in a prop plane coming down from Minneapolis. And, of course, you know, when you're flying commercial, you look at a prop plane like, dude, what the fuck? You know? But if you just knew how much the plane probably cost, I don't know, it's probably got $2 million plane. All right? That can seat 10 people. Now, if you just look at that, like, what if I owned that? What if I owned one of those? If you had a 10-passenger fucking plane, you are the shit. Everybody's like, this guy, he's got a fucking plane. He's got a plane, what does it hold? 10 people. Get the fuck out of here. That guy's crushing it. But the second you fly commercial and it's a 10-seater, everybody gets all fucking freaked out. Like, I'm not getting in that piece of shit. The exact same plane that if your buddy down the street went and bought it, you would think that he hit the lottery. All right, a lot less moving fucking parts. So I get on the thing, and I immediately text a buddy of mine who's fucking terrified of flying, just to watch, you know, I really wish that he was there, a buddy of mine outside of comedy. So I'm taking the picture as the lady who's going to fly it is doing the announcements, telling us basically what not to do. And he goes, dude, there's no fucking way I would be on that plane. And then he saw the woman's face. He goes, is that the pilot? And I go, yeah. And he goes, no way. He said, not for females. Fucking unbelievable. What do you mean, not for females? She doesn't have to bench press it. It's a fucking machine. Jesus Christ. And because of guys like you, she probably went through extra bullshit to become a pilot. I think she's going to be fine. She crushed it, of course. Not for females. I don't know. I'm sure some women will be offended by that, but it really just had to do with this person's fear of flying. You know what I mean? He basically wants the pilot, I don't know what to look like fucking Lee Majors or some shit. And to be honest with you, most of them don't, because they sit up in that uncomfortable chair their whole life, and they got a quick turnaround, so they run and they eat airport food. And a lot of them look like, you know, if they didn't have like that, actually, you know what? If you went to a Buffalo Wild Wings and you took the average football fan, you know, DraftKings, fucking jalapeno poppers, fucking loud moron, and you took that fat fuck's jersey off and you put him in a pilot uniform, and he told you he flew for America, and you'd believe it. You know? Not saying that the average pilot is as dumb as the average dope that goes to a fucking sports bar, myself included. I'm saying that they have the same body type. That's all I'm saying. All right? So, anyways, the only thing that was fucked up is that, I guess it's probably a numbers thing. There was only 10 of us, including the pilot. And it was one of those flights where, you know, they got to, like, weigh your bags, all of that shit. They tell you where to sit, you know, the whole weight and balance thing. And then one of the passengers gets to sit up in the co-pilot seat. And I was just thinking, like, that's the only part about this that I don't like, that there's only one pilot here. I'm flying commercial. There should be 2 people in case somebody has some sort of cardiac episode or whatever, right? That was the only thing I was concerned about. But it was, of course, it was a cloudy day and all that shit. But it was incredible. So anyways, I think I might do this podcast in 2 parts because I'm so excited to be playing this venue here tonight. I'm here with Dean Del Rey. We're freaking out that we're going to get to play this place. And it's still the original stage. Most of these places, they don't have the original stage because whoever was legendary who played there didn't immediately go out, get in a plane, and then died. So immediately that place became like this shrine. So they've added to the stage, but the wood flooring is the same. Like we're going to stand on the same fucking wood. I don't know. If you're into that type of stuff, I am. So I'm very excited. I guess everybody who's ever played there has signed the wall. I'm going to try to take pictures if they let us know. So, but either way, I'm going to come back and finish out this podcast after I do the show. By the way, I hope you guys enjoyed that live podcast as much as I did. Got a bunch of compliments. People really liked it. I definitely want to do another one. It was weird. I felt like I was doing stand-up, but I was just sort of sitting down on the couch. And I was also like amazed at what people laugh at. I just been doing it, talking to myself like I am right now forever. I have an idea what you're laughing at, but I had no idea how much you guys laughed when people wrote in and shit all over me when they ask advice, and then the level of crazy shit that I say on here, just being a fucking moron. I had no idea that people laughed at that. I always picture guys snickering and then their wives shaking their heads walking out of the room. That's what I picture when people listen to my podcast. I didn't realize, we had a nice mix of people there. Although, oh my God, I forgot to tell you this. There was this one group of ladies who went to the show that were just hell-bent on letting me know that their friend didn't laugh once. Right? Oh, this is a great story. So I'm standing there, I'm taking pictures, right? Fucking, signing the posters and all that shit for everybody who came out to the podcast. I'm being a great guy. I'm a main guy. I'm being a great guy. I could have just done the fucking show, and I could have hid in the green room afterwards, being like, I'm too tired. I don't want to meet people, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to do it because I was in Reno, and that guy reached in for his camera that time, and the loaded Glock fell on the floor that he said, oh, shit, quickly picked up and ran out of the fucking place. I didn't. I walked out there, and I was being a good guy, right? So these older ladies, right? Older meaning they're probably about a year younger than me, year or two younger than me. You never know. It's very hard to guess a woman's age, a white woman's age. You can't tell. You know what I mean? Because they're not big on using lotion, and after you have a kid, like, that does something to you. See, as a guy, it's hard because as long as we take care of ourselves, we don't have to go through giving birth. You know what I mean? Although we do have to live with women. Maybe it just all kind of washes out. I don't know. Anyways, I think they were roughly my age. And also, I was in Phoenix. Phoenix there's enough plastic surgery there that people give a shit what they look like. Some of these cities you go to, like, do you ever, watch old movies or old TV shows in the 70s, and you'll see somebody, or you look at a picture of one of your favorite actors, when they're 25, it's like, dude, that guy looks like a 40-year-old. Like, what 25 used to look like compared to the way it does now? Well, when you go to smaller towns, those people age the way people used to age. Like Lucille Ball going from I Love Lucy to The Lucy Show. She looked like she did it 40 years later. She went from having this really nice voice to being like, Mr. Moody, like fucking smoking Camel on filters, whatever the hell she did. I don't know. But anyways, what the fuck is my point here? So these ladies come walking up. All right, I could have just said they were about my age, right? Which means they're fucking old. So they would just say, hey, you said in that question, you wanted, I was saying, guys, you need to be honest. And I think what happened was, I think that they didn't like what I said about the woman that found out she was banging this guy who had a wife and family. I don't think that I don't think they liked the response to that. So they came up because they seemed like they wanted to make me upset. Because they came up and they were going like, yeah, just to let you know. She didn't laugh once. And I laughed because that's funny, right? I was just like, oh, I'm sorry, right? And she goes, yeah, I like your stand-up, but that podcast, live podcast, I don't know about that. And I went like, oh, all right. And she goes, yeah, because like I didn't laugh once. And I was like, oh, all right. And then they were going like, yeah, and you said to be honest, and she didn't laugh once. I was just like, all right, cool. So, I mean, what do you want me to do? I mean, I had an hour and 20 minutes to make you laugh. I didn't make you laugh. I mean, I'm sure as hell not going to do it standing there. So I don't know what they were looking for. And they just kept hammering that fucking point. Going, you said you wanted honesty. We're just being honest. I said, I appreciate it. That's fine. And then I finally just said, look, ladies, like everyone else was laughing. And then I kind of made a motion around the woman who wasn't laughing. I was like, I can survive this. And they all went, ooh. And I was like, I wasn't shitting on her. I just always look at it like the president of the United States. Okay? Like, I went in there was like 400 or 500 people there. One person came up and said that they didn't like it. So just to make round numbers, we'll say 399 out of 400 people enjoyed it. Okay, if a president or a senator had that level of approval rating, I mean, it would be unheard of. Unfucking heard of. So I'm going to walk away thinking that was a win. And, I don't know. They just kept coming over. But she didn't like it. She did not like it. And that's the greatest thing you can ever do when anybody criticizes you. Just be like, all right. No, wait, I want you to feel the weight of me not liking it. I should have asked, just given her a refund. How much you pay for the ticket, sweetheart? All right, tell you what, I'll make a deal. I will give you that money back and whatever else it takes to get these fucking hens away from me. Good Lord, I was trying to think, what did I say that made him take it to that level? Because there's no way. If they were with some guys, I would think, all right, they got dragged to the show and they were like, who is this fucking animal? Now, that's happened to me a million times. And then I sheepishly apologized. It's like, sorry, I'm a moron. But they came there by themselves, which means they liked me before they went there. So either she truly didn't laugh once, truly did not like it because she just didn't think I was funny, or somewhere in there I pissed her off. I think it might have been that, I'm going to say it was either the married woman thing, the ovarian cancer, the dead first wives in the snow in Aspen. I'm going to say somewhere in there she decided that she needed to tell me that she didn't laugh once. I have to tell you, it kind of made my fucking night, though. I can't say every once in a while. Well, it is every once in a while now because I don't go out there. But man, oh God, I had some fucking. I can't. I'm so old now. I can't even remember the amount of fucking times. Especially a lot of women too, because I went through a bad period. About a good, I don't know. I'd say like 12-year period out of my 25, just really trashing women. And that just really was just my fucking issues. I'm trying to think, what the fuck? I vaguely remember being in North Carolina. And this woman was walking up to the table, and it was fucking hilarious. Her boyfriend or husband was like holding her back. He looked like he was water skiing behind her. She was drunk or whatever. I can't remember what the fuck she was saying because it was such a spectacle watching that guy trying to hold her back as she was like clawing forward. You know what it looked like? It looked like, like wartime footage when they like split up families. It looked like she was trying to get back to her child. Like that was the level of effort that she was making just to come up to me to tell me how much of a fucking moron she thought I was. And that was at Good Night's Comedy Club. I do remember that. I just don't remember what I said or what she said. I had that one. This is weird. They're all coming. They're like faceless. Like they're like, you know, like when you watch like Psycho when he comes in with the knife and you can't see his face. Spoiler alert: you can't see his face. That's what they kind of look like to me. Anyways, I don't want to dwell on this shit any longer. But anyways, if for whatever reason, if that woman who didn't laugh once is still listening to this, I don't know. I don't know what you want from me. I would, you know something? I would go to the All Things Comedy Network. We have plenty of podcasts. I'm sure there's something else that you could find there. By the way, the podcast network, the All Things Comedy Podcast Network, the first annual podcast festival was a smashing success. We got rave reviews from everybody who came out. I really want to thank everybody. And then also Ari Shafir, who was just sort of the mayor of the podcast festival, where he got in Thursday. He jumped on everybody's podcast. He's just the fucking greatest guy ever. So anyways, with that, how could I go this far into my podcast and not mention the first world championship ever by the Houston Astros? How great is that? That was such a great thing. That was as great to see as it was sad for LA. Yeah, I'm telling you, you got to hate that somebody has to lose a Game 7 is just brutal. I was actually sitting there thinking how cool it would be to actually see Magic Johnson. He's got an NBA ring and a World Series ring. Does anybody, hey, sports nerds, anybody out there own both of those rings? I'm thinking back in the day, maybe somebody won the football and the baseball. That was like a big thing if you were a two-sport guy, and those sports didn't really overlap, that you could possibly win 2 titles. But I don't know about, my fucking stomach is growling. Trying to stay in shape, but I got 3 more days in this fucking movie. 3 more fucking days. I actually brought in a Caesar salad. I'm gonna say that one more time. A Caesar's salad. Okay, and I always want to do that because I love when people start yelling at you about the amount of calories in the dressing and the croutons and yada yada and all of that fucking shit, and how you might as well have had a steak. I think all of that is bullshit. Because you still have the lettuce with all the fucking, pesticides on it. You know? I mean, that's the decision you have to make right now. Do I want to eat a cow that ate another cow with hormones in it? Or do I want to eat this thing that was sprayed by DDT or whatever the fuck is in this shit? At the end of the day, if you're going to eat bad, if there's a fucking salad, I mean, I'll go with the cancerous pesticides, that it's probably worse to eat one of those things, but I don't want to hear this shit about the fucking dressing. I don't want to hear a word about that, okay? Because I know how I feel after I eat a fucking Caesar salad versus how I feel if I eat a steak, with a couple of sides. The fuck out of here. That's it. That is it. I'm fucking grabbing at my pants like Matt Foley. And I have a gut for like 3 days after that. I know it's all fucking bad for you. Who gives a shit? I just need to hit the elliptical. I started my physical therapy for my rotator cuff injury. Finally, I don't know why it took so long. Like, how long if I do? He goes, do these exercises 3 times a day. I go, how long should it take? This guy's like, I don't know, 6 weeks. Typical German Irish stupid freckled cunt. I've been dealing with this for a year and a half like an asshole. I could have just gone to somebody, a goddamn physical therapist that says, yes, we deal with this all the time. This is what works. Do this. See you in a week. So I'm very excited. My shoulder actually feels a little bit better. Although being out in this Iowa weather, fortunately, I checked the weather before I came out here because I wouldn't, living in LA, you don't think. It's just endless summer out there. Sometimes you forget what time of year it is. I actually brought a pea coat out here, and I got to tell you, it's fucking killing my shoulder to put it on and off. I had to have Dean help me put my coat back on after we ate the worst fucking meal I've had since I was with Dean Del Rey again when I was in Wyoming, and we ate in this little diner, and I think that the short order cook wasn't there that day, and I ordered 2 eggs over easy. They were like clear. It looked like fucking breast implants with yolk in the middle of it, what this fucking guy brought. And I still ate them because I was hungry. Remember the waitress came by. She was just like, was that all right? And I was just like, yeah, it's fine. And this time we were walking. I can't even tell you the name of the airline that we fucking took in here. I don't even know the name of it. It was a play on like Air Force One, like the president. Hang on one second. Let me see if I can find this shit. Oh, fuck you. All right, here we go. Andy, what the fuck is it? Where the fuck is my... You know what I did when I was on the plane? I deleted like 100 fucking text messages. You know, you have that thing like, oh my God, I can't delete it. If I delete it, then I don't have the thread. Like you're trying some case. I just started deleting a bunch of them. You know what? It felt good. All right, here we go. What is the name of this fucking thing? Air Choice One. You know, we couldn't even pre-check in for this thing. You had to walk to the gate. We were in Minneapolis, and it was just like... We just kept walking, and I don't know why we didn't take the little monorail thing. We just kept walking and walking. It was in like Concourse B, which was like you went down some stairs and walked underneath the fucking tarmac or some shit to get over to this other side. And but it was still cool as shit. And then we landed in like the Mid-City Airport. I think that's what it's called. I don't know what the fuck it's called, but it was cool as shit airport. You just walk right in, 2 gate agents. There's like 12 chairs down near the baggage claims. I love little airports. Anyway, so we were on our way over there, and I had the worst fucking food that I have had since when I was in Cheyenne, Wyoming. And I know that place is better than what it was. I just went there on a bad day. I'm not shitting on Wyoming. I'm not shitting on Cheyenne. All right? I got the meatloaf with the mashed potatoes. All right? And spinach. And I don't hear anybody talk about red meat and a starch. Everybody knows it. Shut the fuck up. All right? I like potatoes with the meat. I don't give a shit. So they put this mushroom gravy on top of it. I swear to God, it tastes, I don't know. It tastes like somebody just took an aerosol can and sprayed it. It had like a chemical taste to it. It was so fucking bad. I was like, Dean, taste this. Taste this. And he was just, he was like, what the fuck? I was like, I know. And what fixes everything? What is the duct tape of food? Huh? Like if you're in construction, right? If you have a problem, duck it, right? You take out the duct tape, you fucking, wrap it around a few times and you're fine. What is the duct tape of food, everybody? We all know it. We all love it. Salt. Salted the shit out of it. Salt couldn't even help it. I had to go for ketchup. I had to put salt and ketchup on this fucking... I just finally had to tap out. And I always, whenever the waitress comes over, says, how is the food? Even if it sucks, I say, he or she says, how is it? I always say it was good. It was good. Thank you. I even said it was good when I had the breast implant fucking eggs over easy, right? And this was the time I was going to be like, if she asked me how this is, I'm going to say this is, I'm just going to say this tastes like this is like, I don't know what, like homeless, like some homeless guy soaked his feet in it. Like I was actually just sitting there waiting for the waitress to come over, thinking, how can I accurately describe how fucking horrific this? And if you're in Minneapolis, and you're going to take Air Choice One Airlines, there's a fucking restaurant right to the left, right before you go down the escalators. Don't get the meatloaf with the gravy. All right? Spoiler alert. Oh my God, chemical is the only way to describe it. It wasn't like, what is that ingredient? Like truffle oil? Truffle oil is fucking obnoxious. It just overwhelms anything that it's on. It's never, is there truffle oil in here? It's how much truffle oil is in this fucking thing. It's undeniable. This taste, I wish I could have brought it to one of those cooking shows. Those fucking guys with like, in Men and Women, they got like those palettes going, okay, I'm tasting little oregano, and there's chocolates, or like those obnoxious cigar videos with those douchebags, those fucking douchebags sit there smoking a cigar. That is one of the most, One of the most obnoxious things you will ever see. Put on a YouTube video and watch a guy do a review of a fucking cigar. I fucking hate when they say I'm tasting chocolate. You're tasting chocolate in the smoke, you fat fuck. What, did you just go to Friendly's and eat a Jim Dandy? Who the fuck tastes chocolate? What, you fucking smoking one of those cigars that they have dipped in like that sugary shit? You ever have that? Some fucking guy with a sweet tooth gives you a goddamn cigar? You got to go to like the dentist the next day? All right, I got to pick this up. I got to go. I'm actually a couple minutes late here. I got to go. When I return, I will tell you what it was like to perform at the legendary Surf Ballroom. For me, it's going to be an hour and a half. For you, it's going to be a mere second. And I'm back, just like that. Just like that. 2 seconds of your life. A good fucking, I don't know what that was, 3-4 hours of my life. I just performed at the Surf Ballroom in Clear Lake, Iowa. Unbelievable. One of the coolest and also, like, spookiest places I've ever performed at. So here's the deal. You pull up. It looks like it's from the 1950s. You walk in the exact same door they all walked in, and there was this little green room area. It looks like there used to be a bathroom back there, too. They kind of just got rid of that, and they had a couple of sinks, I guess, that they used or some shit, and everybody's autographed these walls. And I'm sure that this is like the 5th time they've probably painted over. They probably paint over like once every decade. And they just keep like these big people like Willie Nelson, Merle Haggard, Waylon Jennings, of course. And then all these other people I saw, all the guys from like Skid Row, a bunch of bands that I knew from the 80s and 90s, early 90s that I used to listen to, Faster Pussycat, all of them. Who else? Just a whole bunch of people. So anyways, you go out there, and I'm telling you, man, it's like this giant, looks like it's out of Happy Days. And what they did is they had the original stage, and then they built out from the original stage. But some woman a number of years ago actually had photos from that night, and she found them all these years later, so you can actually tell where the stage was. So I made sure when I was up there, I walked all the way back to it. They have like the phone where Richie Valens and Buddy Holly made their last phone calls. It's really, I mean, it's this weird thing of like an incredible part of history and like really morbid. I don't know. And I'm always interested in that type of shit. And then it's also weird. Like I went to Elvis's house, and I remember going in there. I was a young comic, and I wanted to go in and laugh. Like, look at his shag carpet. What the fuck's up with Elvis? And I went in there, and I actually felt bad after a while. I was like, I'm in this guy's house. This is where this guy used to chill out and shit. I feel like, this is, and then in the end, you're walking by his grave and shit. It's like, can we just leave this guy alone already? Because haven't they made enough fucking money? And then you go across the street, there's a gift shop. They literally made a cuckoo clock, so it looked like his hips were moving and shit. But the way they did it here was very, like, respectful. But it's kind of hard to not feel like a little bit of a ghoul when you go there. I'm a little bit of a ghoul. I don't know. Death is interesting, Dead rock stars are interesting. There, all right? And I was interested, and I went, and I got to perform there and stand on the stage. It was fucking amazing. And everybody coming out, and the show was fucking, crowd was awesome. I'm telling you, all you fucking elitist liberal cunts who live near an ocean, you think you're fucking, I don't know what, you're really missing out. All right? And all you redneck fucking, my pig won first fucking blue ribbon in the fucking who gives a shit contest, you're missing out by not going out into the coast. All right? So everybody fucking grow up, because there's fun to be had out there. You know what I mean? It was funny. When I was on the plane ride over, this woman was going, she's like, it's one of the most friendliest places. Everybody waves hello. Everybody's just really friendly out here. Of course, in my head, I'm thinking, yeah, if you're white. I'm not saying a black guy can't come out here, but if a certain amount came out here, and they weren't going to fucking play for Iowa or Iowa State, there'd be some issues. It's I don't know why, but that's the way the world is. All right, let's do a little. Oh yeah, and then we came back to the hotel and ran into this fucking guy, and he came up to me. He's going like, people keep saying that I look like it. I love it. He's fucking shit faced, and I was just like, I would take that as an insult. I go, you're a better looking version of me. Just big tall drunk guy. You just compliment, just fucking whatever he wants to hear. Get him the fuck away from me, right? But he was still a funny guy. And he was very talked with his hands and shit. He was just this giant, 20 years younger me with hair. And I finally I couldn't take it anymore. I finally just said to him, I said, dude, you're hammered. He goes, what? I go, you're hammered. He goes, hammered? I go, hammered. He goes, I'm sorry. And he walked away. Oh, what a great bar it was. Oh, would I have loved to have sat down and had a couple of sarsaparillas, but I didn't. 77 days in. 77, Ray Bork. 77, Paul Coffey. 77, Nate Soldier. 77, fucking Led Zeppelin tour. All right, let's read some advertising here, and then I'm going to fucking upload this thing here, 11:25 Central Time. All right, Dollar Shave Club, everybody. Dollar Shave Club. Hey, you've heard me talk about the amazing shave I got from my Dollar Shave Club razor. Especially when I use it with their Dr. Coffee's Easy Shave Butter. Well, I'm here to tell you I'm never giving up my membership. In fact, I'm adding even more Dollar Shave Club products to my daily routine. The fuck are they talking about? I'm too stupid to figure out how to get a membership. You know what I did use after tonight? I fucking ate some chicken wings and I used a One Wipe Charlie because Dean Del Rey had one. It's supposed to be for your ass, but it works for your face too. Just be sure no one used it on their ass first there. All right, Dollar Shave Club makes products for your hair, face, skin, shower, everything you need. They make you look good and feel amazing, and it's all their own original stuff. They only use the finest premium ingredients, and they deliver it right to your fucking door, just like they do their razors. That means no more annoying trips to the store, cruising up and down the aisles, looking at all the stuff on the shelf. What the hell is this? What do I do with this? Even less annoying is less copy. How fucking long is this? Okay, you can use Dollar Shave Club for almost everything. Razors, body cleansers, hair gel. And now's a great time to give Dollar Shave Club a try. You can try your first month of their best razor, along with their travel-sized versions of the fucking shave butter, body cleanser, and yes, even the butt wipes, just for $5. Come on, you cheap prick, Better you look, the more likely you're going to get fucking laid, right? After that, replacement cartridge shipped for just a few bucks a month. It's the Dollar Shave Club starter set. Get yours for $5 exclusively at dollarshaveclub.com/Burr. That's dollarshaveclub.com/Burr. All right, okay. Oh, no, these guys, I got strict instructions not to bring up their competition during the read. Lift, everybody. Lift. I'm not talking about the 80s and just fucking bench pressing and doing curls and doing your tries and doing your shoulders and never doing squats. That was the 80s. I'm not talking about 80s working out. Laying on a fucking tan in bed with your little chicken wings and your fucking middle linebacker upper body. I'm not talking about that with your big, thick fucking aerobic socks. All right, your MacGyver haircut, your David Hasselhoff haircut. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is a ride service. Lyft, L-Y-F-T. Lyft knows that their drivers are what keep them moving. They do everything they can to make sure their drivers are happy on every trip. Lyft is the ride-sharing company that believes in treating its people better. I believe, if elected, Lyft believes that there's a lot of beliefs here, believes in being a ride-sharing driver. That being a ride-sharing driver should be fun. If you're having a good time, so are the passengers. Wait, don't enjoy yourself too much there, buddy. You got my life in your hands there, okay? Enough with the jokes. Turn around and look at the fucking road here. Lyft was the first to offer in-ad tipping. When you drive for Lyft, you keep 100% of the tips. Drivers have been paid over $200 million in tips since the feature was introduced. Express Pay lets drivers get paid almost instantly instead of waiting for weeks. Lyft has even taken the guesswork out of pickups. The new AMP device uses color coding to help passengers find their drivers. You can earn hundreds of dollars a week plus tips. Want to earn more money? Drive more. It's never been easier to give yourself a raise. It's a simple formula. Happy drivers mean happy passengers. Maybe that's why 9 out of 10 Lyft riders get a perfect 5-star rating. Plus, people are usually too mean to say that they stunk. Kind of like how, I was finally going to say something about that fucking meatloaf with the mosquito spray on it. So join the ride-sharing company that believes in treating its people better. Go to lyft.com/Burr today, and you can get a $500 new driver bonus. That's lyft.com/Burr, lyft.com/Burr, limited time only, terms apply. Did Tarantino write these? How fucking long can these be? Even he at least had a little overture or some shit in the middle, right? Or did that begin it? I don't know. Pro Flowers. Do you have any of those people who are... If you know any of those people who are obsessed with fall things like pumpkin spice lattes and scented candles, Pro Flowers has the perfect gift. A pistol with one bullet in it. No, I'm sorry. Pro Flowers has a perfect gift. A long-lasting bouquet in their favorite fall colors. Their best-selling cinnamon cider roses are a great option for a birthday, an anniversary, or any fall occasion. Or go with one of the classics like 100 Autumn Blooms or a dozen autumn roses. You can't lose because no matter which bouquet you send my listeners get 20% off of any Pro Flowers unique bouquets for only $29 or more. To get 20% off all the bouquets or $29 or more, go to proflowers.com and use my code Burr at checkout. That's proflowers.com and code Burr. I'm just going to pause here because I don't think they ever really listened. Why would you have autumn? This is off the record here. If I can just speak off the record here. Why the fuck would you have an autumn theme with flowers? That's when everything fucking dies, right? Doesn't make any fucking sense. All right, Helix, everybody. Helix? There are a ton of online mattress retailers popping up these days, all with a one-size-fits-all solution to a better sleep. Well, guess what? One-size-fits-all doesn't fucking work. All right? I don't give a shit what those other mattress companies tell you, okay? Helix, they know what they're talking about. Helix Sleep offers something that doesn't exist anywhere else, a mattress personalized to your unique preferences and sleeping style that won't set you back thousands of dollars. Go to helixsleep.com/Burr, weigh your junk, find which way it swings when you go to roll over, and they'll have a little fucking pillow that's sewn into the mattress to catch it. Sorry. A mattress personalized to your unique preferences and sleeping style that won't set you back thousands of dollars. Go to helixsleep.com/Burr. Take their simple 2 to 3 minute sleep quiz. Oh, somebody had to write that. Why don't we do a benefit for that fucking person? They're always talking about people that have diseases. What about the person who has to sit down and come up with a fucking quiz about a mattress? This is what I went to college for? This is why I'm buried in debt? They'll build a custom mat. This is why people drink. They build a custom mattress that will be the best thing you've ever slept on. For couples, they even personalize each side of the mattress, which we all know is the beginning and the end of the fucking relationship. I just feel like we're not connecting. Everyone from GQ to Cosmopolitan to New York Times, we're all talking about Helix, and once you try it out, you'll know why. Your custom mattress arrives direct to your door in a week, and shipping is completely free. Just make sure you're home when they deliver it so someone else isn't sleeping on it in this fucking economy. Try it for 100 nights. If you don't love it, they'll pick it up and refund it. They'll pick it up, gross, and refund you in full. CTA, must read. Oh, that's call to action in the advertising world. Go to helixsleep.com/Burr right now and you get $50 towards your custom mattress. That's helixsleep.com/Burr for $50 off your order. One more time. helixsleep.com/Burr. Oh, lastly but not leastly, stamps.com, everybody. The headliner. They always go on last. Stamps save you time and money. Yeah, you don't have to walk over to somebody. You can fucking put a little thing on there, and then the person with the little blue shorts shows up and they take it. which you can use to grow your business. I can mail any letter, any package using just my computer and my printer and mail them, and the mailman picks it up. The mailman picks it up, right? The mail lady shows up in a little van, all dainty, riding side saddle. Avoid, pushing the fucking gas and the brake with a little selfie stick. Sorry, I live in L.A. That's how it's done. Avoid the hassle of the post office, man, and mail everything from postcards to envelopes to packages, domestic or international. Create your stamp account in minutes online with no equipment to lease and no long-term commitments. I use Stamps.com anytime I send out any of my posters, whenever I'm going to whore myself out after my shows. I am a moron. If I can figure out how to use this device, so can you. And right now, you too, like the band, can enjoy the Stamps.com service with a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus bonus. 4-week trial plus postage and a digital scale without long-term commitments. We ain't going nowhere. You ever see that meme? Or GIF, whatever the fuck you call it. Go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, and type in Burr. That's Stamps.com. Enter Burr, Stamps.com. Never go to the post office again. What was that GIF? Remember that? It was something, when the woman's like, where is this relationship going to? And then they cut to that old P. Diddy song, we ain't going nowhere. We ain't go nowhere. That's it. All right. I think that's the podcast. I had such a great time, and I came out and I got to meet a bunch of people afterwards. A lot of people, some people came in from Colorado. People came in from all around just to check out the venue. That's what I liked about the show tonight. I had a great time, and I also feel there was a bunch of people that had never been to that venue before, so they got more than a show. They also got to see that part of rock and roll history. And the pictures in there, the people that have played there, it's unbelievable. But before, all of those guys, Richie Valens and all those guys played there, like Duke Ellington. They have a piano that Duke Ellington played, like sitting in the fucking lobby. It's incredible, and it's beautiful out here, and that's it. I feel like I brought America together with this show, I live out in liberal Hollywood where, we believe and we know that we are better than anybody else in this country because we live near an ocean and we make movies about social issues to show that we care before returning back to our gated communities, and we only wish that the rest of the country would catch up with us. I'm fucking with you. Anyways, that's it. I'm on my way to Milwaukee, Wisconsin tomorrow. One of my favorite fucking cities. And I'll tell you all about that on Monday. And then I'm going up to Green Bay. Now, I was supposed to hang around and go to the Monday Night Football game. That's why we booked that one. Well, actually, it's a good thing. I got an acting gig, so I have to leave after the show to do my last 3 days on a movie called Front Runner, starring Hugh Jackman. It's a Gary Hart story. It's directed by Jason Reitman. I'm already promoting it. They're not even done shooting it. I'm already promoting it. That's how great of an employee I am. It's going to come out next year. I've already seen the dailies. It looks friggin' amazing. So I'm not going to be able to get to go to the game. But Aaron Rodgers is hurt anyways. But I've only been to Lambeau Field and went there a long time ago. I was playing the Skyline Cafe in Appleton, Wisconsin, and Green Bay had a preseason game against the Cleveland Browns, and Brett Favre was still there. That's how long ago this was. Brett Favre was still there, and nobody was talking about him retiring. It was Brett Favre, and he played the first quarter, maybe into the second quarter. So I got to see him play a little bit there. I know it was just preseason, so I kind of wanted to go back there for a legit game, but it didn't work out on this trip. But it's already been awesome. So thank you to everybody who came out. Enjoy the music. Andrew Themelis, the producer of the Monday Morning Podcast, and Thursday afternoon, just before Friday Monday Morning Podcast. Sometimes I don't want to say the whole thing. He's going to play some music here, and then you listen to an old podcast from a Thursday from a year gone by, or possibly earlier this year. And I'm done talking. Go fuck yourselves. Have a great weekend, you cunts. And I'll talk to you on Monday.
his wife, what's her name there? Heather Mills?
Yeah, I'll read this real fast. It's short. Wife to Sir Paul.
It's short. So is the corpse.
Pot or me?
Yeah.
Listen to this.
Pot or me?
Heather Mills said she gave Sir Paul McCartney a strict ultimatum as their relationship blossomed. Quit smoking marijuana, or forget walking down the aisle.
Huh?
I told him I would not get married to him if he was taking drugs. I hate it, Heather, 37, told London's Observer newspaper. I could not have him lying to our child about not taking drugs and then going out for a sneaky puff. He says he had a good incentive.
A good incentive.
To stop smoking pot.
Her ultimatum?
Yeah. You don't give a Beatle an ultimatum.
Excuse me, yeah.
You think John Lennon would have taken that?
No.
He would have thrown her off the balcony.
Yeah, with the one leg.
This is a chick with one leg giving up rules?
Yeah.
It's Paul McCartney.
You know what? He obviously didn't sign a prenup because there's no way to take that. She wouldn't even brought it up.
This was before they got married. She wanted him to stop smoking pot.
There is no way Paul McCartney should be taking an ultimatum from anybody.
Especially a bitch with 1 foot.
The second wife. Not even the one he wanted. The one he wanted and married died. She's like the stand-in.
He really has just been pussy whipped for like 4 fucking decades.
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone needs to help that guy.
He sat there and let Linda sing on those songs where she is just making an abortion of a classic Beatles song.
He's like, love was just an open book, and I said, live and let live. You know you did, you know you did, you know you did. Oh, you
She's playing
fucking
keyboard.
bitch.
You ever hear the Hey Jude?
With her in it?
Yeah, this is the real. Oh, my God.
You never heard this? With her in it?
Oh, dude. She had such a bad singing voice that the engineers finally decided to just isolate her mic and hit record. This is real audio from a Paul McCartney concert where she was singing background vocals. I guess they turned her down in the mix, but this guy said, this is way too good. I got to share this with others. So he taped just her microphone.
I'm guessing
as Hey Jude is being sung.
I'm guessing she was probably kind of cunty to the guy and started actually thinking that she was actually a musician.
Probably
and he was just like, all right,
part of the
bitch.
band.
All right, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, I'm sure she probably, they knew she stunk.
Can I get more bass in my monitor, please?
Yeah. I don't think you're turning me up. I can't hear me in the mix.
Show, I just can't hear what the fuck I'm playing
like
up here.
She's the one every time looking at the sound guy, pointing at her ear and putting her thumb up like, more monitor. I can't hear me. Louder in the mix. You want louder in the fucking mix,
She holds the earphones with one earphone over the ear to get the tone and holds the finger over
Na. Hey Jude.
This is the real deal. Listen
into it.
Ugh. This is actually Linda McCartney.
You'll think this is a joke. This is so bad.
This is the real deal. Listen to this.
They just isolated her mic.
She's falling off a cliff.
I'm hitting a ledge every time.
Oh, my God, dude.
Gets really bad right here. Listen to this.
What the fuck? Classic. A classic song. This song is almost sacred.
Is it any wonder they broke up?
No one could fuck that out.
No.
They should have put it in a shower like Bonnie Rubble.
The only place you can sing it in the shower.
Soft soap.
Gotta be in the
I
gotta be in the shower, Fred.
Put that bitch in the shower.
You remember that shit? We got a square from way back there.
Skeet bop boom lip bop.
Oh, when the Saints come marching in. Hey, when the Saints come.
We got Bonnie Rubble looking for trouble on the drums.
Listen Listen to a rock, listen to a roll, listen to the itty bitty mockingbird.
And the golden smog.
Skiddly.
Skiddly. Wow, wow. Yeah. Can you hear him? Well, grab him.
Listen to the mockingbird.
How? Listen to the mockingbird.
Hip flip. Mockingbird is wailing his last song.
Sounded nothing like Fred.
We also have Yoko.
Oh, his legs would be doing like the Claude Van Damme slip. Go, 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 go.
She stunk. Holy shit.
Dude.
Put that bitch in the tub.
Yoko Ono.
Drown her.
Yoko Ono wasn't much better. You ever see Rock and Roll Circus, the documentary?
It's known that she can't sing, though. I've never heard any real special shit, but she's horrendous.
Jay Moore turned us on to this, man. You had like an all-star band on stage. You had John Lennon. Help me out, Ann. Who was on? Mick Jagger.
Who? Ringo's the king of the all-star bands.
No, but this was
like 9 drummers.
Someone's got to help us out here. No, this was the finale. Finale. So it was John Lennon on stage with Mick Jagger, Eric Clapton on guitar, Jimi Hendrix guitarist.
Jeff Beck had to be there.
No, that's it, right there.
What about the Who?
No, that was part of the whole.
That was part of the show, but
this is when Jimi Hendrix was alive.
Yeah. This is where they pretty much like just did a bunch of drugs, got together and just jammed. But the final song is what I'm getting at.
Yep.
It was Lennon on stage with Mick Jagger, Eric Clapton on guitar, and Hendrix guitarist. and they just.
How can you fuck that up?
How can you fuck that up?
Legends.
God.
So listen to Yoko Ono wreck this thing. It was the final song of this Rock and Roll Circus documentary. Who has it? Derek has it? Did you fast forward a little bit, or? Okay. Listen to this. So they're just jamming away, right?
There's Yoko.
Listen to Yoko.
That sounds like poltergeist. That is a poltergeist. She's screaming.
Sounds like there's an amp on her foot.
A human can't make that sound.
And is that Jimi Hendrix still playing? Like, he wouldn't stop and go, look at,
You think Lennon would just...
It was like Hendrix bassist or something was part of this.
But one of them, like Clapton. Clapton should have just turned around and gone, John, your fucking wife. Get her off the fucking microphone.
Give her something to whine about. Hit her over the head with the guitar or something.
Yeah, it's awful.
I know I'm not a real part of this whole thing, but dude, you know,
she is awful.
She's awful, man.
No, that's how good
not
the drugs
part
were.
of this program.
What is this gook shit, man? I don't know what the...
Little known fact, it took Eric Clapton 9 years to tell his friend John Lennon that he was in a disaster marriage.
Exactly. This sounds like...
I don't know how to bring it up, mate. I just don't know how to bring it up.
Yeah, what? Mate, thank God
We're doing a little callback, Bill.
Yeah.
A little callback.
My dumb divorce. Why couldn't anybody tell me before I got divorced that she stunk?
Hey, Anthony,
your fucking wife is an abysmal human being.
Because this is what his wife sounded like when they used to do get-together songs at the local pub. Your wife
What the hell is that? She sounds like... This sounds like a napalm strike on the Ho Chi Minh Trail. That's what it sounds like. Just screaming Vietnamese children.
I cock-a-dow!
Wow!
Let's go to Dave in Texas. Dave.
Hey.
Rats, Michael.
Linda McCartney, what a peach. I was on tour with her, and she was walking out the parking lot one day, and she saw this truck driver had a McDonald's bag on the floor of his truck, fired his ass on the spot.
For eating McDonald's?
Well,
yeah, it was a total vegan tour, dude. I mean, there was no meat whatsoever.
Militant vegan.
She walked out there and fucking saw that his door was open. You know, we're all standing there. She's like, whose truck is this?
Yeah.
That's his. Yeah, you're fucking gone. We're like, oh, no, shit.
Unbelievable.
What a peach.
I told
Hey,
you.
I love you guys. I listen to y'all every morning out here on tour. I'm punching out.
All right, let's go to Randy in New York. Randy!
What's up, guys?
Hey.
Yeah, going a little back before. Do you think Paul McCartney was using her leg as a bong at all? Later.
Oh, smoking the pot.
That's how this started.
Maybe that's where the ultimatum was. Just stop smoking out of my leg.
Heather Mills is telling a Beatle, pot or me.
How about me smoking pot or you gimp your ass out of here and try to find another Beatle.
Lottery. Who's been knighted.
Lottery. Yeah.
Thank God.
There's one left.
Thank God Paul
and it's
McCartney.
Ringo, you idiot.
If it wasn't for drugs, we wouldn't have had the second half of the Beatle
That's what I was
career.
gonna say.
Yeah.
Sgt. Pepper's, all that.
Right.
That was drugs.
Yeah,
It was drugs that did that.
Thank God an earlier girlfriend didn't give the same ultimatum. We wouldn't have all that shit that came out.
You would have had I Want to Hold Your
I'm
Hand.
serious. You think the Beatles would? You think they would have been like wouldn't have gone down in history as much?
I want to hold your hand. I want to hold your hand.
They would have sounded like the Hanson brothers if they didn't start smoking
Do you think
pot.
you couldn't be wasted and
You don't want to hear that.
put those satin majorette fucking outfits on?
Dude, they sang a song called The Yellow Submarine.
That's fair.
That's somebody on drugs.
I think that's pre-drugs, though, isn't it? No.
No, they didn't.
You can tell. There is a definite line when they discovered drugs, and it is so apparent.
And now someone is telling Paul McCartney to lay off the pot.
Yeah.
He might still have some of this in him still.
One little puff, and all of a sudden a
next
brain
thing you
cell
know.
gets hit, and it's a brilliant song
like,
coming out.
Remember me?
Yeah. Smoke your pot
Smoke
there,
your
Paul.
pot.
She's bitching at him. Find another Beatle. Go ahead. Go ahead.
That's amazing. I wonder, is he too pussy to go? Let's be honest here.
You see this house you're living in? That was because I was smoking pot with my pals.
Smoking pot and doing a lot more.
I would just
believe me, I cut down.
I would just be. I would be in the house and go.
Drop an acid.
Let me show you something. Echo, echo, echo. You see that shit? That's the living room. I will do whatever the fuck I want to do.
I'll just point at a leg. I'll be like, listen, Ahab. I'm letting Captain Ahab. I'm fucking Captain Ahab and giving you a lot of money, bitch. Look, I'll just constantly point at her foot. No one's hot enough to be missing a limb when I can get I bet you Paul McCartney could get a 21-year-old
dude.
Easy.
Bet you?
Yeah.
You don't
Just
have to bet. This is not
even. Buy South Beach.
Yeah. This isn't even an issue that you have to say, I bet you.
Right.
This is. He can.
Yeah.
He's Paul McCartney. The Beatles. There's only two left.
You just sit there, right, when she's talking shit to you, you just shake your head back and forth like, and you just keep looking at her until she shuts up, and you just keep doing this. You shake your head, look at her eye, then look at her foot.
See? Once again, Patrice will just something she can't help. The whole time she brought this shit up, he'd just be going. Disappointing at a leg. Which one is it again?
Back to the eyes.
Hold on a second. And then knowing it and then knocking on the fake one. Hello? I'm a Beatle.
Bitch, who fills your closet with left shoes? Paul motherfucking Cartney.
Paul motherfucking Cartney, baby. And matter of fact, that's your last name, bitch. Your nickname is Heather motherfucking Cartney. How about that? And you know what? I'm gonna give you one of those new wooden legs in the shape of a joint with no foot in it. And at the bottom, I'm gonna paint it ashy like it was fucking like it's on fire.
I was gonna say Paul
lipstick on one end from somebody sucking on it.
I was gonna say Paul motherfucking Cartney's joint on the side of it.
Let's go to Frankie.
Made out of a whale's tooth, you fucking bitch.
Frankie.
Scrimshawed.
Come on, boys.
What's up, Frankie?
I can tell you exactly when the Beatles discovered drugs.
Okay.
Side 2, Rubber Soul.
See, that's where Paul made the mistake. An album called Rubber Soul. Heather Mills is not happy about an album called Rubber Soul.
I'm going to turn off my mind, relax, and float downstream. Later.
I wanna hold your hand.
You think I would have I never thought of that in my life.
She loved you, yeah.
Paul from Jersey.
But wasn't that part of their greatness?
What, the pot and the drugs?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
in
isn't that part of
hindsight,
their greatness?
looking where they went,
They
you
came
could
out.
look at that as like...
They came out, they were like in sync.
But
That's right. They were the boy band of Liverpool.
But they were way bigger than one-hit wonders when that fucking came out, though. They were super fucking famous.
But that kind of new. That shit was going to dry out.
They were done.
Yeah, that stuff was going to dry out.
If they didn't.
Listen to Peter Noon. Listen to Peter Noon's stuff. Who didn't progress on to the drug.
I'm Henry VIII.
Yeah, I am Henry VIII. I am.
Was he just dumb? He might have been on drugs. He's like, second verse, same as the first. I'm Henry VIII. I am. It's just like, that was a fucking hit.
Assholes. But that's like saying Dexy's Midnight Runner should have smoked drugs. Maybe they were
tells
fucking...
me I'm into something good.
that's that guy.
I'm into something.
Peter Noon. You don't see him walking around in
1,000 of those
VH1?
guys. 1,000 of those guys, but they never went on to smoke the pot and take the LSD and sit down with the Maharishi and fucking, get hammered.
I never even thought of that shit, man.
Of course. Yeah. Let's go to Paul in Jersey. He's got something.
Oh, my
Paul.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
Paul McCartney should give up pot when his wife can have a full-term pregnancy.
Whoa.
Oh. Yow.
I don't know how you can beat the foot.
Ow. Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, but look at Aerosmith. Aerosmith in the 70s, completely wasted. That's their best fucking music.
Some of their best shit.
Yeah, of course.
Then they get cleaned up and you get Love in an Elevator.
Well, you got
their most commercial success, though, after they got off the drugs.
Let's go to...
Which is weird.
Come on, man. Stick with the pro-drug fucking slant of the show.
That is for the instant feedback bit ruining you did.
What did I do?
I just ruined your bit.
That's right.
The band.
Oh, you got me back.
Jesus, you motherfucker. Y'all are just...
Oh, we don't forget. Oh, we don't forget.
Antonio Andolini.
Yeah, we don't
broke my heart.
We don't forget.
Back to Sicily years later to cut you open.
Hey, Drew, let's go.
You killed my father.
Drew.
Yes.
Go.
Hey, man.
What's up? I got the McCarthy ultimatum about 2 weeks ago.
What, pot or me?
Yep.
But you're not a Beatle.
Yeah.
I know.
So you're not smoking pot anymore, are you?
Fuck
No,
that.
actually, got to go buy another bag today.
There you go.
All right, to the...
And blow them, and blow weed rings in her face.
Sounds like he's on pot right now.
We're talking a Beatle. He should be able to take her leg off and beat her over the head with
That's
it,
right.
and she should still come back with a loving smile.
Or turn it into an instrument, like the thing that the fucking trombone that you have the cup over.
Yeah, the plunger.
Watch this, bitch. I'm gonna carve holes in it. I'm gonna turn this to a big flute. Your leg is a giant flute.
Playing her leg.
Yeah, and I want you to play your leg as I'm smoking to enhance my high.
And sing the back. I want you to sing the chorus to Yellow Submarine, bitch, while I smoke weed on your leg. We all...
It's Bill Burr, and it's the Monday Morning Podcast for Monday, November 2nd, 2009. Can you believe that it's November? Oh, my God, where's this year gone? Jesus, every year goes by faster. I know I always do that joke, but that's what everybody says. Can you believe it's November? Yes, I can. You know what gave it away? October. That was the big hint that fucking November was coming up. You know, Halloween, I remember that. I know that's on the 31st. So yes, I can believe. And yes, it does go by quicker. Obviously, it goes by quicker. Think about it. When you were a child, you know, if you were 4 years old, if a year went by, that was 25% of your life. Yes, so it definitely dragged on. Plus, you had two giants telling you what the fuck to do all day and what to eat. Right? But when you're 41 years old, a year goes by, that's like, that's the kind of math I can't do. I don't know what that is. What is that? 1/180th of my life? You know, it's funny. It's actually Sunday night right now, and I just settled down to do the podcast. I had the apartment to myself, and I'm thinking, all right, can bang out a nice hour. And all of a sudden, the window's open, and I hear somebody driving by listening to this song. This is how we do it. It's Friday night, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, who the fuck would still be listening to that music? And lo and behold, it's the woman I share my life with. Pulling in, listening to a song that sucked when it came out.
It was on the radio.
Bullshit. You listen to that station all the time. I'm obsessed with that. All I want to do is zoom, 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 and a boom, boom.
Just Yeah, see? You listen to all of that shit. You listen to, I'm gonna get satellite radio so I can listen to really bad hair metal. And you can know what the fuck I was listening to. You know what you smell like right now? You smell like that overpowering air freshener that you put in the fucking car.
I smell like something different.
What do you smell like?
You hate it?
Huh? It's I don't know what it smells. Get away from me. I got to do a podcast. I can't be smelling smells. What is it? What's the name of it? What exotic fragrance?
No, you said get away from me, so fine.
Okay, well, then I'm going to stick with that. Then gather your belongings and get out of the room. See, guys, this is how you handle a woman when they deliberately act moody.
You just said get away from me in a really rude way.
No, I didn't. I said in a comical way. If I'm holding a microphone with an orange fucking windscreen, you can't take it seriously. You cannot take it seriously.
You don't get away with being an asshole.
Yeah, I do. I get away with whatever I want to because I'm running shit. Get out, woman. Go make me a sandwich. Go make me a sandwich. Oh, beat it. Come on. I want to talk about Halloween and how I thought we had the best shit on the block. But, yeah, these fucking assholes up the street. All right, let me back up. Nia, you need to walk so I can tell this story, all right? You and your fragrance need to get out of the room here for a second, okay? I like it. Ugh, she just smelt her wrist and goes, I like it. I enjoy it, Alison.
Fuck you.
I was... That's how you keep it fresh, people. It's the fights and then the making up and whatnot. Why did I just do that to her? Because I was annoyed. I thought I had the apartment to myself, so I just decided to be a douche. So there you go. I'm douchebag of the week. I pulled it out at the last second. Anyways, so for Halloween, those of you who are longtime listeners of the podcast know that I'm kind of into Halloween. I like it. I decided to embrace the holidays a couple years ago rather than just being like, dude, this is fucking bullshit. It's just another corporate fucking strategy to get me to spend my fucking money. I finally just said, you know what, fuck it. So, last year, if you guys are on my MySpace page, so I'm sticking it out there, I have pictures of the pumpkin I carved last year. I carved an AC/DC pumpkin that was the shit. Okay? It was the shit. And this year, I was like, how do I top this? And I was trying to think of the scariest thing I could think of to carve into a pumpkin, and I ended up carving the Federal Reserve Bank. I know, I'm going crazy. I can still smell that fucking fragrance. It's overpowering, whatever it is. Oh, God, it's awful. Jesus. It smells like flowers and soap all at the same time. You know, one of those things individually they're good, like brushing your teeth and orange juice. But if you put them together. So anyways, yeah, I carved the Federal Reserve Bank. It's the fucking shit. All right? Go on to my MySpace page. I got a whole picture of it, And then I fucking made pumpkin bread afterwards. And I fucking toasted the seeds. I was like a Native American, After I killed the pumpkin, I used all the parts. I took out the pumpkin's Achilles tendons. I made a fucking jump rope out of it, And I looked out the window. I saw some trash, and I got a little teary-eyed. That's what I did. Did I just use the crying Indian hacky reference that was funny way back on VH1 Stand-Up Spotlight? Did you guys ever used to watch that? Any old people out there, the stand-up spotlights, when they were just scraping the bottom of the barrel of anybody remotely left funny from the 1980s? Half the people on there were like substitute teachers. They had chalk on the back of their pants coming out. What's the deal? Oh, fucking erasers. And they somehow were making money. What am I talking about? So anyway, not only do I have the Federal Reserve pumpkin, because I figured, anybody can try and scare the kids. Whoever tries to scare the parents, that's why I decided to carve the Federal Reserve Bank. I did it fucking 3D style. It's the shit. I had flames behind it. I actually tried to carve "We Own You" in reverse writing so it would come up against the wall, but I failed just because I don't have the tools. All right? All these assholes who are making these fucking insane pumpkins, half of these cunts, you go on a website and you just buy something, you just trace it, and it tells you what to do. A fucking third grader could do it. And then you get all these little double-edged knives and all this shit. I had a fucking paring knife. The same knife I use to cut up an apple, I carved in the Federal Reserve Bank, okay, and I was going to have "We Own You," but that part failed, but whatever. So I had that, and then I had full-size candy bars. You had your choice. If you came to my house on Halloween, you had your fucking choice of a Hershey bar without nuts, because God knows all these fucking pussy kids are allergic to everything. He can't have almonds. If he has almonds, it counterbalances his Prozac, and then it's just crazy until Wednesday. Really, lady? Did you ever think you should have died and not had a kid? Wow. Wow, that was mean. It's not what I was trying to say, but I was. I was talking about natural selection there. That whatever's in you is so fucking weak that your kid can't even have nuts. You know what I mean? I mean, everybody's allergic to getting fucking stabbed, but when you're like allergic, I can't have food, you shouldn't be alive. All these fucking people, all these lactose intolerant fucking people clogging up the highways, all of you should not be alive. You're only alive because, Jesus Christ, I really talked myself into a corner. Why, Bill? Why are they alive? Because of modern medicine. They're just using you as a fucking revenue stream. All right? Who's kidding who? I would have been dead 100 years ago. I would have been. I had a ruptured appendix in 6th grade. That would have been it. I would have been on like a little house in the prairie, just laying there, sweating under fucking 58 blankets in an outhouse. Isn't that what they do when they're sick? You should just stick them under blankets and start dabbing at their forehead. Does this make it better? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Something inside of me exploded, and now the poison is having a party. And you should take me out back and shoot me like Old Yeller. So anyways, I got this fucking insane fucking pumpkin, all right? Okay, anybody can carve in some shit that doesn't exist that'll scare the fuck out of you. This actually exists, and was actually fucking everyone who was walking up the stairs. All of them should have been like, holy shit, that's it right there. That is the devil. That is the fucking devil. I love that pumpkin. It looks great. It's saying something, and it's scaring the shit out of me. It's working on all 3 levels. It is a fucking triple threat, like the way people used to be in show business back in the day, where they could sing, they could dance, and they could tell jokes. That's what that pumpkin is. You know? You know what? All that was what I was hoping they would think, but they didn't. I didn't get one comment. Why did he carve a building into a pumpkin? I don't understand. Is that a Walmart? That would have been good. Walmart's fucking scary, you know? Somebody came up the stairs who fucking actually tried to start a hardware store. Anyways, so I had this fucking insane pumpkin, all right? I had my fucking door all lit up and all that type of shit, and I got full-size fucking candy bars, okay, for all these cute little kids coming up, all right? But so I'm thinking this is going to be it. Word's going to get out. This dude's got a fucking, he carved a library into a pumpkin, and he's got, who gives a fuck? The guy's a weirdo, but he's got full-size fucking candy bars, and they're candy bars that we recognize. Kit Kat, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, or fucking a Hershey, what is it? Not Hershey bar, Hershey Milk Chocolate, okay? Those were all fucking, we know what those are. So even though he's a weirdo, it's wrapped, we understand there's no poison in it. So I'm thinking I'm going to be the shit. These kids are going to be clamoring around me like I'm fucking Dick Clark in 1965, right? But no, I got fucked because the people up the street, they went all out. This dude up the street, his son and daughter, his son, fuckhead that he is. No, his son and his daughter put on a show like Michael Jackson. They were doing a tribute to Michael Jackson, and it was fucking insane. They had a stage. They had like monitors. It looked like a fucking rock show was going to happen. And they had a show like every 20 minutes or every half hour, and a whole crowd would gather. I didn't even get to see it. I was down the street with my full-size candy bar and my fucking New World Order pumpkin going, where is everybody? You know? I got a fucking 7-Eleven here. I swear, that's what my fucking kitchen looked like. Literally, like I robbed a 7-Eleven, and rather than taking the money, I took all the candy out of it. That's what the fuck it looked like. And I can't get a goddamn fuck. I can't get anybody to come because everybody's running up the street because these kids were killing it. You know, Neil went up there with their mom, and they came back like, oh, my God, it was awesome. They even had the car from the fucking whatever video, and he literally got in it, and blah, blah, blah. And I just wanted to fucking slap both of them. No, I didn't. I was fucking pissed. I was literally reduced to yelling off of my balcony going, as people were walking by, I did go up to go see the Michael Jackson thing. I was going, hey, we got candy up here. We got candy up here, right? Think about that. 41-year-old white male yelling down to children that he's got candy. It was really, it was really bad. But eventually I got rid of all of it, and I discovered a new pet peeve that I have. I don't like trick-or-treaters who look like they're fucking 26. All right, you know who you are. You're too fucking old. It's not cute anymore. You know, you're a douche. And the last group of people who came up was fucking unreal. This kid had a better mustache than I could grow, you know? He didn't have a mustache. You know what I'm saying? They're too fucking old. And he was actually saying she fucking hates them too. And what she wanted to do was have a bag of apples. And when people came up and they were too old, she wanted to give them apples instead of candy. And I'm like, yeah, that's great. And then they get down in the front yard and they throw it through your fucking window. Why don't we just hand out baseballs? But I understood what she was talking about, you know? The fuck is wrong with you? How old are you? Okay, you should be going to a Halloween party trying to fuck on somebody dressed like a tube of toothpaste or whatever it is. That's what you're supposed to be doing. You're not supposed to be coming to my door fucking, you know. It was annoying. I should have had little bite-sized ones. Anyways, so I actually was walking my dog this morning, and I was seeing all, like, the candy wrappers on the ground. You know, all the fat kids who couldn't wait till they got home. And, I don't know. They were all bite-sized. None of them were full-size. I had the best candy on the fucking block, and I got trumped by this Vegas show up the fucking street. Really, I don't know, it was just annoying. Annoyed the shit out of me. And I also, when I walk my dog, I pick up litter. Because I think I live in a nice neighborhood, and I don't like when fucking people throw shit on the ground. So I'm sitting there picking up these little candy wrappers with my goddamn dog. And came across a Milky Way. That bugged me. You know? Why even give out candy if you're giving out a Milky Way? That's such a fucking cop-out. It's like, I can't even fucking, who gives a fuck about Halloween? You know what Milky Way is like, it's like, if John Oates was a candy bar, he'd be a fucking Milky Way. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, if you don't listen to fucking Hall & Oates, you don't get the joke. All right, it's something. Nougat is John Oates. Okay, nougat needs some sort of. It needs something with it. You know what I mean? It's like Andrew Ridgeley. Who's some of the other famous duos that broke off, and one guy just totally fucking made it, and the other guy was the human fucking version of nougat with nothing in it. Can you think of anybody else? I know. Fucking NSYNC. Justin Timberlake was the almonds. And those other four motherfuckers. That's what they were. When Justin was in there, it was a Snickers bar. You took him out, it was a Milky Way, and nobody fucking gave a shit. And that was the end of them. That was the fucking end of them. Who gives out Milky Way? You're not even trying. Not even fucking. I had full-size fucking candy bar, and I was hanging out, screaming at people, trying to get them to come up to my fucking place. It was pathetic. But I'll tell you right now, the pumpkin bread was the shit. All right, let's move on here. Let's talk about my life, what I have going on. I'm trying to hype shit that I have going on earlier in the podcast. So here goes. This week, I'm going to be at Town Hall in New York City. Not the Town Hall, the Town Hall Theater. And I don't even know if there's any tickets left. But I just like saying that I'm going to be doing a theater in New York City. Do you realize that? Do you realize how huge that is for me? You know? Way back in the day when I was a youngster with a big red afro, wondering if I'd ever get on stage in New York City just to do 5 fucking minutes at 1 o'clock in the morning. You know? And here it is. 38 years later, I'm finally getting to do a theater. No, I'm actually really excited, and I'm doing my special next month, and this is going to be, basically, if you go to that show, you're going to see basically my special, essentially. So I got that going on, and that's November 6th. November 7th, I'm going to be doing Comics Come Home with Dennis Leary, the 15th anniversary. It's for the Cam Neely House that helps families of people stricken with cancer, gives them a place to stay rather than sitting in some awful hospital. They actually get a nice home to stay in. So that's a wonderful cause. That'll be at a Guinness Arena where the BU Terriers play. And I believe there's only a few tickets left for that one. So that's what I got going on. And later on in the month, I'll be in Tempe, Arizona. Really looking forward to that gig. And the rest, you can go to BillBurr.com, BURR for dates. See, and that's why I don't hype shit in the middle. Because it's not funny, it's not fucking interesting, and then what happens? You're like, what, this guy's going to riff about fucking candy bars and musicians I don't give a fuck about, and then tell me where he's going to be at? Let me tell you guys a story. The other day, I decided, I really need to get my ass in shape so I don't look like a fat fuck on TV during my special. So I have problems with joining gyms because I'm always on the road. I have to freeze my membership and all that type of shit. I just throw the money away. So I have been working out outside, basically, in my apartment, and then I do cardio outside, just like that fucking guy with all the Matthew McConaughey. There you go. I do keep my shirt on, and I don't run down the street with fucking palm tree leaves like I'm trying to fly, and it's 1898. I don't do that shit, all right? But I've definitely been going on hikes. So I found this hill out here. And being a big football fan, I remember how Jerry Rice used to run up this fucking hill, to get in training for the NFL season. And I found a hill, and I've been running up this fucking thing. And I've been loving every minute of it. And I went up to go do it, and I came home, and I couldn't find my keys. Like an asshole, I left my pocket open on my sweatpants, and because I'm old, and when I run down the hill, I can't run down the hill. I have to sort of gallop. That's fucking pathetic. And I was going really fast, and I guess it kind of flew out, and a fucking rattlesnake took it. I don't know what happened, but I went back up there to try and find him, and I don't have him. And you're like, wow, what's the big fucking deal? Why don't you... Oh, shit, did I just fucking knock something out here? What the hell just happened? Hello, test 1, 2. I know you can hear this, but I can't hear myself. What the fuck is going on? Hold on. Hello. I know it's recording. What the fuck is the problem? Line in, that's good. Earphones, that's fine. Hello, test. There we go. I got it back. Sorry. Jesus Christ. You know what it is? My fucking room's getting so goddamn hot, I have to turn on the fucking ceiling fan. Hang on a second. I can't do this all at once. If I had any sort of class, I'd edit that part out, but I'm not going to. So, anyways. Yeah, so I lost my fucking keys. And like any normal person, if I had a normal fucking car, oh, that's what I did. I turned this thing down. That's what happened. Ah, there we go. Hello, test 1, 2. Wow. Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse. This is why it's free, folks. This is why it is fucking free. Like a one-man band here. I should have like cymbals between my legs. How fucking easy was it to be a goddamn entertainer back in the day? That's what you could... Have you ever seen one of those one-man band guys? It's never good. It's never fucking good. When somebody does like a throwback to that shit, and they got cymbals between their legs and a bass drum behind their back. Great, I turned the fan on too high and I'm blowing shit off my fucking desk. Anyways, yeah, so I can't find my keys, and... the house key's no big deal, but the problem was it was also the key to my car, and I drive a hybrid, and it's this special fucking key. It's a special key, people. They couldn't just give me a regular key where you stick it in the door and shove it in the ignition. This is like one of these keys where you can have it in your pocket, and you don't need to take it out, and then you just fucking reach and touch the door, and it magically unlocks because some sort of wave is coming out of the pocket, going to the door lock, bouncing back off and putting cancer into your testicles. That's what I'm basically doing. I'm risking ball cancer so I don't have to fucking unlock my door the conventional way. But the bottom line is, you're probably wondering, well, Bill, how much does this pocket ball cancer fucking car key cost? Yeah, evidently it's between $200 and $300. I remember when I bought the car. Make sure you don't lose this. Because it costs like $225 to fucking blah, blah, blah. And I was thinking in my head, wow, that sounds like a fucking ripoff to me. Really, that little plastic thing? So, I don't know. I went back up the hill and I tried to find the fucking thing and I couldn't. Once again, I went up there and it's actually really these unbelievable houses, like rich people, but like classy rich, not like not Jerry Jones rich. You know what I mean? Classy, tasteful rich. And I was walking down the hill and I was looking for the keys and I came down and this fucking old guy is walking up the street. And right as I was about ready to say hello to him, rich people are so some of them just have they have an inability to just have a conversation. It's like I'm walking down the street, he's coming up the hill, he sees me, and I'm just be like, "Hey, how are you?" That's all I'm gonna say. This is how he greets me. He just goes, "Beautiful fall afternoon." I didn't know what the fuck to say to that. And he said it that loud, and it took him he drew out the words. Beautiful fall afternoon. You know what should have happened right after he said that? In the original monster movies of Hollywood, that church organ that they and then the lightning strikes? That's what the fuck should have happened after that guy talked. It's like, what are you just naming shit that you like? I didn't know socially what I was supposed to say after beautiful fall afternoon. Half off Budweiser's at a titty bar. What do you say to that? I don't know what the fuck to say to the guy. And I just sort of went, yeah. Yeah, it is. It's a nice one. I just kept fucking walking. Ugh. What the it was like, I was trying to think, what question I could have. I don't know, it was like he was playing a board game in his head. Or he played the first 5 notes to a song. And I was like, what is the name of that song? Tell me, what is it? It's called Beautiful Fall Afternoon. That's what it's called. Anyway, so I walked back up there and I just kept saying to people, "Hey, did you happen to see a set of keys?" And they'd be like, no, I didn't. But if I find them, I will, and I had no information to give him. And I was just like, yeah, just sort of stick them on a rock. Stick them on a rock and maybe I'll come walking by and I'll fucking, But I held out hope. I was like, you know what? It's a park. There's a lost and found. I'll go there tomorrow when the lost and found is open. And I went there, hoping against hope that for once in my life, I lost something in public and somebody actually returned it. Do you remember that from back in the day when I lost my cell phone? My girlfriend, since I've been with her, has probably lost 3 cell phones. And anytime she loses a cell phone, all she does is call it. She calls it, and not only does somebody pick it up, it is the greatest person on the planet, I should just call up, and I'm thinking in my head, nobody's going to answer this shit. It's gone. Just like mine is always gone. And then she calls, 1.5 rings. Somebody just picks it up. Hello? Well, yes, I do. Absolutely. Come on over. I'll give it to you. I actually just baked some cookies. Come on over. I'll give you fresh cookies and your fucking cell phone back. Because that's how your life works, right? I lose mine in the back of a fucking car. This fucking douchebag is driving me to the airport. I realize it like a half hour later. I know he's still working. And the phone is on and it's ringing in his fucking back seat and the cunt doesn't answer it. So, that has been my experience. So I go over to the little Ranger Rick thing going, please, maybe this is the one time. Keep a positive attitude. Put it out to the universe. I'm going to get my $200 set of keys back. And, of course, I show up and they're like, no, nobody has returned any keys. If you want to check back later. Really? Really? Am I really going to come back later? You know I'm not going to come back later. So just spare me the speech, all right? Just go fucking change the chances of a fire sign out there. Why don't you just go fucking do that? You like how I'm mad at the park ranger because I ran with my AMF fucking sweatpants with the sides unzipped like an asshole, like a fucking asshole. All right, last week I talked about this guy who I wanted to flatten his nose while I sent my fist all the way to the back of his fucking cranium, stopping just short of the hypothalamus. And I was talking about fights and just how when you get older, you have to walk away from fights because there's no winning them. There really isn't. When you get old, it's just like, okay, either A, I get out of the car and I get the living shit kicked out of me, right? Or B, I win and then I get sued, right? And the older you get, the greater chance of the first one, which is, I don't know. What do you think's worse, getting the shit kicked out of you? I think getting sued is worse, but it depends on the level of ass kicking. I don't want to lose a tooth, but, if you want to beat me down, I have a headache for 3 days, I'd rather have that than deal with you fucking taking my money. So anyways, so a lot of people sent me in some unbelievable stories about fights that either they walked away from or that they got into. One of them is actually a case pending, so I'm not allowed to talk about it, so I'll skim over it. Is basically a kid is walking down the street and 3 drunk guys start giving him shit. He gives them shit back. They give him some more shit, and he says, oh, yeah, you guys are real tough with 3. None of you would fight me one-on-one. And this one kid goes, all right, I'll fight you. So they square off. They throw a few. And the kid who was just the innocent kid connected. Hit the kid. The kid falls down. He hits the back of his head on the pavement. And he's not fucking moving. And the kid's like, holy fuck, what did I do? So he's kind of walking away, but he's also concerned. His big fucking mistake was he actually gave a shit. And then the cops showed up. He was still in sight. He got fucking... did they arrest him? I can't remember. All I know was in the end of it, there's 3 of them and only one of him, and he ended up getting sued and lost. Something about a preemptive strike. Can you fucking believe that? I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Was I supposed to let the one guy with the 2 other friends hit me a couple times and then I was supposed to punch back? It's fucking unbelievable. It's unbelievable. You just, I don't know. So there was a lot of people going like, I want to kick the shit out of this guy. What should I do? You know what you should do? You should just fucking walk away. Just walk away and just forget about the whole fucking thing. And don't even tell yourself that lie that he'll get his, because you know what? They don't. They don't get theirs. You know what they do is they get punched in the face maybe, and the worst case scenario is they win 10 grand. They don't. I've lived long enough to realize that, when the bad guy gets his in the movies, that's when it happens, okay? The rest of them go on to live very successful lives. They have great-looking girlfriends. They pour raw sewage into drinking water, and they find some other dick to take the fall for it, and then they buy land in South America, and they leave the country, and they're fine. They're fucking fine. So you better to just walk away. Somebody gave me some great advice saying that he used to get into fights all the time. This is so simple, I never even thought of it. He just bought a heavy bag. And he would come home, and he would just beat the shit out of the bag, and he felt way better, and there was no lawsuits. And then certain days, when he wanted to murder somebody, he would take a baseball bat and just slam it into the heavy bag, and he would feel phenomenal afterwards. And I want to believe that works. I don't know. I have an insane temper. I take it to the point of I want to feel that other guy quit. That's how mad I am. I want to beat the fuck out of you. I want you to fight back, but I want to feel the moment where you fucking quit. How sick is that? That's how mad I just can't see that, getting that out with the fucking heavy bag. All right, so let's read a couple of stories here. These were very long. This was a very passionate subject. So forgive me with my awful reading. Here goes. I'm going to read a couple of these. All right. Here's a classic. Like this is like anger that will come out of you 20 years from now. Here's a great story here. Bill, I sympathize about the whole fight thing. It seems like anytime some asshole decides to start shit with me, it will happen in a way that I can't retaliate without either getting arrested or sued. Literally what I was just talking about. He goes, so anyways, I was at a packed bar with some friends the other night, and we had gotten there about a half hour prior, and I had about 1 beer in me, so I wasn't even remotely drunk. I guess the place was packed. So anyways, he says, I was making my way through the crowd with a pint glass in my hand, trying to navigate to the bathroom. Along the way, some scrawny little cunt who apparently has had way too much to drink backs into me and spills half my beer. I make a habit out of quickly saying excuse me and thank you whenever I walk through a crowd because I figure people are more apt to let you through if you're polite about things. This prick turns around and says, this is the guy who bumps into him and spills half of his beer. He said, this prick turns around and says, what the fuck is your problem? And knocks my drink out of my hand. Jesus Christ. You ought to be able to take a fucking wrench to that guy's head. He said at this point, one of his friends jumps on him trying to break it up while the little bitch keeps talking shit. So I tell him to go fuck himself. It was going to talk shit till the prick would throw a punch. But just at that moment, a guy standing next to us wearing a blazer, but with some kind of shirt sweater that wasn't buttoned down, tells me forcefully, keep walking. At that moment, I figured it was one of the bouncers. Pissed off over having lost a drink and being insulted, I head to the bathroom. My window to fight that shithead opened and closed so quickly that I didn't get a chance at any vindication. When I got to the bathroom, I noticed that the guy who I thought was a bouncer wasn't. Maybe he was this little clown's bodyguard, but I couldn't tell. He didn't seem like one of his friends because the little cunt and his friends were all dressed the same way with designer ripped jeans and open button-down shirts with necklaces and shit. Basically, they all looked like they were members of some 80s rock band that was still touring but could only get gigs in a dive bar. Now my choices are either... Okay, now he's in the bathroom. He says, now my choices are either walk back to my group without a beer or the bitch move of telling one of the bouncers and seeing if I can get that prick tossed out. I could also go and confront them, but even if I could take the bodyguard... what kind of person goes to a bar dressed with that Ed Hardy clothing with the bodyguard? What did I just miss here? Sorry, this is really fucking long, and I'm seeing double here. Fuck. You just killed the whole story, Bill. What is wrong with you? Confronting him, which from his size, I think I stood a good chance as long as he was an MMA fighter. This was in New Jersey, mind you, so I thought considering he was Italian-looking and had a girl that was way out of his league, maybe he was connected or some bullshit like that. Maybe the little prick even had a gun or a knife on him because stupid shit like that is happening often. I didn't want to take any shit from him, but I'm not about to get shot over a beer. Anyways, so this is what he ends up doing. He goes, I end up walking back to my group without a beer and hiding my bad mood for the rest of the night. One-on-one with either one of those cunts, I would have been fine. I'm 5'11", 195 pounds, and mostly muscle, and I've never lost a fight. Then again, I've only been in a few. I'll spare the rest of this shit. I don't know if he's asking me what. I can't even remember. I get a headache when I have to read that much. So you know what I mean? It's like, and do you think maybe that little fuck will get his because he's so like, I could see knocking it over and be like, dude, what the fuck's your problem? That's sort of your average asshole in a bar, but to then slap it out of your hand, he's got that Napoleon thing where he's got something to prove, I guess. I don't know. My question is, what do you do with that anger? What do you do with that fucking anger? Anyways, here's another one. Bill, you were talking about this week about nearly getting into a fight with that dick in the green sedan. Well, I admit that this wasn't anywhere close to me fighting. It was still a fucking horror story while it happened. All right, here's one here that'll leave you with a lot of anger. I was about 6 months into my stand-up career, and a friend of mine asked me to do a show with him at this bar that would pay $20. I was psyched because it would be my first paid show. I did the show and got a decent amount of laughs. I thought I did fucking horribly, but if they laugh, then I'm not going to complain. So he gets paid his money. The next day, I'm walking home from school, and I'm cutting through the basketball courts where a drug dealer I know, we'll call him drug dealer number 1, is sitting there with one of his friends. The friends he was sitting with kind of looked like Ghostface Killer, but he had the stare of a potential rapist. Next thing I know, I'm passing this guy and he stops me. He tells me that if I don't give him my wallet, which was visibly in my front pocket, he was going to just stomp me and take it. He takes it and empties my lunch money. Luckily, or I thought luckily, I kept a special 20 in a different compartment. Now, this is a lot of things what a lot of comedians do, or people who when they set off on a dream, the first amount of money they get, it's usually not a lot of money, so they either frame the check or they save the dollar, the $5, or the 20. So I'm imagining that this is what this young comic was trying to do. So he kept the $20 in a different compartment. I said, well, he rummaged through the entire wallet, put back my library card, the illiterate cunt, and eventually found the $20 bill. He threw the wallet at my chest and asked me why I lied to him when he asked me if I had any other money than the lunch money. I actually told the guy mugging me the history of this hidden $20 bill. He goes, as I just typed that last sentence, I just imagined my head slamming into the keyboard. He says, what a fag I was. So anyways, this motherfucker told me that if I told him a good joke, maybe I'd get the $20 back. This is really your inexperience as a comedian, because there's no joke you're going to be able to tell. So anyways, here we go. He said, well, I used to tell these awful one-liners when I first started because my self-confidence would dwindle after 10 to 15 seconds. So I stammered out, I knew this girl's so stupid, the only reason why she knew her ABCs was because of hepatitis. So then the drug dealer, he fake laughed like a fucking maniac, straightened up into his serious face, and was just like, get the fuck out of here. Wow. Oh, Jesus, that'll age you about fucking 8 years. Anyways, the rest of it. Needless to say, I took it like a bitch. But if this story didn't have a punchline in and of itself, here's the kicker. Literally less than a week later after this incident, this drug dealer from my school, big black kid with a voice like Mickey Mouse, it's a fucking spectacle, tells me that drug dealer number 1 stopped hanging out with the Ghostface Killer guy because he's an undercover fucking cop. So this dude got mugged by an undercover fucking cop. So for all your talk about getting screwed by corporations, that's the worst case of being deep-dicked by the man that's ever happened to me. And then I realized in retrospect that even though I lost the first remnants of what I'd hoped would be a successful career, the losing of my first $20 was well worth the story. I still hope that cop is shot in the line of duty and skull-fucked by a gang of junkies. See that? That's the fucking anger. That is the anger. I don't know. I don't know how many listeners I have at this point, because I don't really hype this fucking thing and I never bring it up at shows. Are there any psychologists out there? You know? Psychologists, like they know what to do with anger. Those fucking sweater-wearing douchebags just sitting there with their loafers. You ever go to therapy? You fucking tell them shit and they're just like, well, why do you think that? What would happen if you would do something like that? It's just like, it really... That's all you got, you know? They just basically get you to pour out all your shit, and then you got to sort of figure it out. I don't even know what the... it's fucking hilarious. I've been in therapy for a while now. Obviously, it's not fucking working. Anyways, let's plow ahead here. Did I talk about this last week? Somebody sent me an email and was talking about my... why are they like... I hope this podcast has been loud enough. I think it is. Somebody sent me an email talking about some new movie coming out, and in the subject, the line in the movie, the line on the subject line said, another Save the Black Kid movie. And it said, Bill, from various clips on YouTube, I know you have some disdain for racist movies. I was just wondering what's your feeling on the new one coming out with Sandra Bullock called The Blind Side. I guess it's about her helping some black kid. All right. First of all, this is what I love about this email is, and this is something I've learned in stand-up comedy, is you can't control how people process what you say. I've never done a bit about Save a Black Kid movies. The name of the bit was White People Are Evil movies. That's what it is. And obviously I have disdain for racist movies, but like, what the fuck movie was I talking about in my last special? That one about the black swim team. What the fuck was it called? Poolside? I can't ever remember. What was it called? Against the Tide? The fuck was that movie called? Whatever that fucking movie was called. Chlorine? What was it called? I did that joke for like fucking a year on stage. Have you guys seen that new movie came out? Blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to jog if my brain... I have no memory. But anyways, that movie is not an example of a racist movie. That's a movie about race. And this is just a podcast listener, so I'm not really gonna give this guy shit about that. But I've actually had people write reviews about my act and was describing some of the stuff I talked about. He talks about the difference between men and women. He does racist jokes. He does blah 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 blah. It's like I do racial jokes about race are racial jokes. A movie about race is a you could say it's I guess a racial movie, or yeah, you'd say that. It's not racist. A racist movie would be I don't know, what's a fucking good example of it? Mississippi Burning is not a racist movie. It's a movie about racist, but the movie itself is not racist. It's about race relations, right? Am I out of my fucking mind here? What's that fucking one of the original Hollywood movies where they have white dudes dressed up in blackface and they're making black people look stupid? And that is the message of the movie. They're not doing a movie either making fun of white people who do that or talking about white people who do that. That is the message of the movie. That black people are stupid. That is a fucking racist movie. See the difference? What the fuck is the name of that movie? What the fuck is the name of that movie? Did it begin with an H? I gotta stop talking on my cell phone. You know what? I'm fuck my cell phone. That's it. It's over. All right. The fuck is the name of that movie? All right. Forget it. I fucking give up. I have to fucking, I gotta look it up now, guys. This is something, if you can hear it in my voice, this is actually something that's fucking scaring me. Is that I'm starting to lose my goddamn memory. Somebody actually made the fuck is it? Okay. No. You know what? Where the fuck is it? I really should edit all this out, but I'm not going to do it. Why am I saying everything twice? You know why? Because I'm trying to find something that somebody sent me. They sent me a nice little MP3 remix of the thing, and I had it all queued up, and I can't fucking find it. You fucking asshole, Bill. You really are an asshole. You're fucking worthless. And this is why you have to fly out to fucking Omaha at some point and tell some jokes. You know, last week I made fun of Omaha, saying how I wasn't going to do a show in Omaha, and people were like, you know, I said eventually I would do one, but I was making fun of how many fucking airplanes I would have to take to get there. And I got like 5 emails from people. Actually, there's a direct flight from fucking Giger. You land in a fucking cornfield, and you can just set up a fucking stage right fucking there. Bill, people in Omaha don't talk like that. I don't give a shit. I know they don't. Johnny Carson was from Nebraska, wasn't he? All I remember about Nebraska was doing college gigs out there, and you drive halfway across the state, and you're driving across 80, which goes the length of this east-west. Here's something that truckers know. Do you guys know this shit? You know, if you're on an even-numbered highway, that means it goes east-west, and if you're on an odd one, that means it's north-south. Did you know that? Huh? I'm talking about highways, so don't even hit me with, well, Route 1 goes, shut up. I'm not talking about routes. I'm talking about highways. This is another thing. If you're on a highway, right, let's just say it's 95, and you don't have a map, all right, and you see all of a sudden there's a 495 or a 295. What that means is you are coming towards a congested area. And if it's during rush hour, you can jump on the 295 or the 495, and it'll basically eventually re-hook up with the highway you're on, 95, and you can avoid the traffic and not add to it. They did that one for truckers. It's like in L.A., the 405. You got the 5 goes right through the heart of L.A. The 405 one goes out around Santa Monica. But there's so many fucking people, it doesn't make a difference out here because they're all jammed. All right? That's how much I know this that's how much road work I've done. So you get on the fucking 80, and you get about halfway across Nebraska. And if you're like me, you're doing a college gig in the middle of the wintertime, so all the crops are cut down. All right? And you can't tell where the fucking dirt ends and the sky begins. It's just all fucking gray. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, there's like this wooden bridge, footbridge, or some Native American Indian shit. You know, you know how many times I drove underneath that? I don't even know what the fuck it is. Racing back to either flying out of Lincoln or Omaha, trying to get back to catch my early flight. And I would literally be driving like a maniac, and I'd be looking out to the right, and there would literally be like a flock of geese in that V formation. You know, the one that Daffy Duck was like, fuck this, I'm not going. Snow flies, don't bother me. Remember that one? I'd be seeing that shit. I drove 80, I believe I drove 80 in Wyoming, and I saw a kind of antelope. I don't even know what the fuck it was. I had no idea what the fuck it was. Just saw like species of animals that I didn't even know fucking existed in this country. 70, I remember 70. I've driven that one all the way from L.A. all the way right into New York City. You get it all the way to about Jersey, and then you got to fucking switch it up. It's fucking brutal. Been on all of them. 90, 95. I think, what does 35 go from Houston right up to Dallas? Isn't that fucking insane? Then all of a sudden, years later, I'd be in like Iowa going, oh, it's just the same fucking highway that you take from fucking Houston to Dallas, and it goes right up the heart of this fucking country. Isn't that fucking interesting? Yeah, a lot of fucking road work. I was supposed to be searching for the email and actually just lean back thinking about those fucking days. Being out. You know how many times I did Coos Bay, Oregon? I think like 3 or 4 fucking times. Every time I went down there, the goddamn seals were never out. They had this thing where you could actually see the seals sunning themselves, which was fucking amazing to me at that point because I lived on the East Coast. You know? When the fuck do you get a chance to see that? You know, I cannot find this fucking thing. I have to find you this clip this person sent, this MP3. He did a remix to a song. I'm trying to kill time because I can't fucking find it. Hey, Bill. Go fuck yourself. Read this, you cunt. These are the emails I get from you guys. That's not it. File recommendation. Shedhead bar fight story. Oh, it's a mission now. Give me something else to talk about. You got anything? Any questions? This is when it kills me that I don't have any callers. Because this is what the fuck happened. I'm quitting after 2 more emails. It's not even going to be worth it. By the time I find it, it's the payoff. It's not going to be worth it. Hey, did the Phillies win tonight? Please tell me they won. I've never given a fuck about the Phillies until now. I just can't stomach the fucking Lakers and the Yankees are going to win it this year. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ, the fucking Yankees. What a team, huh? What a fucking team. What a fucking team. A-Rod rounding third. Jeter at second. Jesus Christ coming up to the plate. And Yankees signed him for 1 year. They actually suspended their no facial hair rule with him. Johnny Damon's a little upset, but he is the son of God. Fucking cunts. You fucking rich cunts. You call that an accomplishment? You win a World Series, what, because you got the most fucking money? There's no skill in that. There's no fucking skill in that, you fucking pieces of shit. And they actually have, you know what I can't stand about Yankee fans? They actually have the nerve to be nervous during the playoffs when they cut to the crowd and they're like, oh, geez, I hope this 100 million guy can do it. If he doesn't do it, maybe Teixeira will do it. You fucking cunts. You know what I hate about the fucking Yankees? Whoever beats them the year before, whoever their best guy is, within 2 years, he's on the team. Teixeira beat him last year with the fucking Angels. Now he's on playing first base. I've already bitched about this shit. Who gives a fuck? Right? It's just fucking baseball. You know what I've been actually doing? I've been watching the NHL Network. I actually just watched something about the 1979 Montreal Canadiens winning the Stanley Cup. You know what the worst thing about watching the Canadiens win the Stanley Cup back then is you knew that there was going to be some sort of heartbreaking Boston Bruins loss. And 79, I was too young to remember it, but I just remember people bitching about it. we basically beat the Canadians 4-3, and then with like a minute left, they called too many men on the ice, which is basically I'm trying to think of the fucking it's like when in football when somebody calls for a fair catch. And you got to give like 5 yards. You got to give the guy 5 yards so he can catch it. And, people break it all the time. They never call it if the other defensive player gets in his face. That's like making that call with 1 minute left to decide who goes to the Stanley Cup Finals. And then the fucking flying French fucks ended up scoring a goal, and then they got the overtime goal. It was just fucking annoying. It was annoying to watch. But they did beat the Rangers, so that made me feel good. I think that's it, guys. I can't find this fucking thing. This guy did a remix of that song. Feeling hot, hot, hot. He did a remix of that, me saying cunt, cunt, cunt. And I thought it was cute. And I just, for the life of me, I can't find it. What was better, the fact I just sang it for you? Was that decent? All right, I give up. That's it. Jesus Christ, what a fucking horrific podcast. But you know what? I did get it out Monday morning. You know what? I want to thank everybody. I've been getting a ton of emails about people. I got a letter from a postman who just walks around listening to my podcast as he delivers the mail, laughing like a maniac. That's what everybody keeps telling me. They keep listening to them when they're supposed to be doing their job, and they're just sitting there laughing like a fucking maniac. So I know this one was a little fucked up. The volume was messed up. But that's what you get. That's what you get. Somebody sent me an email going like, you know what, I'm so pissed. I've been listening to Opie and Anthony for a while, and I had no idea that you podcast. What the fuck? This is what he said. He said, I've been a fan for several years due to your appearances on the Opie and Anthony show. Being the lazy shitbag that I am, I've never checked out your website until a week ago. How is the podcast not mentioned on Opie and Anthony? They have mentioned it. But he said, do they forbid that or something? No, they do not. But he said, I guess it's none of my business anyway, but it pisses me off. You've been doing it this long, 2+ years, and now I'm just finding out about it. I've already listened to the last 3 months of podcasts and will continue back until I've heard them all. You're a really funny guy, and it's a shame this podcast is flying under the radar. Well, I say this to you. It is not a shame that it's flying under the radar. I like that it is. I don't hype it. You find it, you find it. If you don't, it's like Fight Club, right? Except you don't have to be a badass. First rule about the podcast is not that you don't talk about it, all right? You know what the first rule is? Is that you don't take the podcast seriously. That's what it is. Like this fucking guy who tore me a new asshole about rugby because I was shitting on rugby. This fucking guy sends me this whole, a few weeks ago you made some disparaging remarks about rugby as compared to American football. Ever stop to think about how illogical and ludicrous it is to call it football when you don't use your foot? He's giving me like Jerry Seinfeld shit. If memory serves, you said something to the effect that those rugby pussies wouldn't be getting up if Ray Lewis put a hit on them. You know what, dude? I stand by that statement, but I know I already answered your email, but for all you fucking limey cunts over there in fucking England, the reason why I shit on rugby was because the English cunt who wrote me was shitting all over fucking American sports. So obviously, you're not going to treat me with respect. I'm going to make fun of fucking rugby and your little booty short Larry Bird short shorts from the 1980s and how every fucking 10 minutes you have to basically stick your head up somebody else's ass as you guys tried to do that elephant trick of kicking the ball out the back. I totally respect rugby. I think it's a fucking awesome game. I've seen it on TV. It is the shit, and they have literally bone-jarring, lose-your-filling fucking hits all the time. I do think it's a great sport. I do think people are tough. But, you know, if you're going to shit on American football, I'm going to shit all over your sports. That's how it works. Please do not take the podcast seriously. I don't fucking read. I do it by myself, as you can tell with the different levels of volume this week. I'm not organized. All right, so that's the one and only rule. All right, don't take it seriously. And if you can remember, tell somebody. And if not, don't. Because I think the smaller this thing stays, the cooler it's going to be. Name one fucking thing that is blown up and stayed at the same level of quality. It doesn't. It doesn't. You know? I want it to be like this. I want to be down in the foxhole. You know? If this thing actually ever fucking blew up and I'm doing rants about saying unacceptable, then these fucking other cunts will figure out that that's what we're saying. We're saying unacceptable. Then the whole game plan is over, and then what I'm doing here is fucking useless. Right? Wow. Did I just go off on a fantasy there where this thing became the biggest fucking radio show ever? I think I just did. You know, that's what happens when you sit here by yourself. You let your dreams leak out, and then people make fun of you, and then you feel silly. All right, that's the podcast for this week. That was a fucking mess. All right? It was a fucking mess. I think it kind of got back on the rails afterwards, but it was a mess. Did you guys ever remember when ESPN first came out and they used to show those fucking rednecks? They'd race in the mud. Remember that? They turned their tractors into these, I don't know what the fuck they were, but they would race through the mud. You'd get bogged down. That's what the fuck it was. I was that redneck sitting in that tractor in the mud. I like how I had to explain that it sucked like you didn't fucking notice. That's it. All you guys, have a great fucking week. And that's it. That's the podcast for this week. And I've talked myself into a corner once again because I usually end with have a great week. That's what I usually say, and then I continue talking, and now here I am down in the fucking mud again. Hey, has anybody seen that commercial? I'm just going to keep talking. Have you guys seen that commercial where they got the fucking, they're trying to help you out of that financial, all these people in financial difficulties? Fuck, that's what I was going to talk about. God damn it. No one's listening at this point. I'm gonna waste this story. I went to the supermarket, okay? And I don't use those little savey save cards that they have. Do you ever have a little savey save card? And I always say no. Would you like one? No, I wouldn't. Because basically what you're doing is a free fucking survey. Remember that shit? So they can figure out what you can't live without so they can jack up the price of that food and then give you like a nickel off of like their version of cornflakes. So I went in there, okay, and they asked me if I had to sit in their little save card, and I said no. And they said, do you want one? I said no. And the lady goes, it's okay, I'll just punch in a code anyways. So she punches in a code, and I get money off anyways. So it's like they even figured out a way to figure out what I'm fucking buying, even when I'm saying go fuck yourself to the save thing. So I think the only way to get around it at this point, I'm going to try it next time, is I'm going to walk in with cash and just have cash and see what the fuck they do. They did it to me today at Macy's. I went out there and I bought some towels and I bought some beer glasses. That's what I bought at Macy's. And they say, do you have a Macy's card? I said, no, I don't. Well, it'll give you 25% off every douchey thing you bought. I said, that's okay. And she goes, that's all right. I'll give you the discount anyways. And she types in this fucking code. I don't know what they're up to. I really don't know what they're up to, but I know they don't sit around trying to make less money. Does anybody know what the fuck that's about? That is your homework for this week if you still listened. If you listened this far, you fucking hate your job and you need to get a new one. All right? Don't hurt anybody at work. All right, that's it. Now I'm done. Everybody have a good week. I'll talk to you next week.
That was kind of Mission Impossible. Not